In the bustling heart of Lagos, Nigeria, lived Lady Chinu, known to everyone as Lady C at 42. She was a commanding figure standing tall at 5 feet 7 with rich dark brown skin that glowed with success. Her sleek shoulder-length hair was always perfectly styled, and her designer business suits commanded respect in every boardroom across the state. She owned several companies and was considered one of the wealthiest women in Nigeria, her sharp, intelligent eyes reflecting the power she wielded. But success bred envy, especially from her elder sister Adora. At 45, Adora was slightly shorter, with medium brown skin and long chemically straightened hair that she wore in elaborate styles. Despite benefiting from Lady C's connections to open fashion houses and travel the world, jealousy consumed her heart. She couldn't accept that her younger sister had surpassed her in wealth and influence. One evening, Adora visited Lady C with a calculated suggestion. "Sister, you need spiritual covering," she said, her forced smile not reaching her calculating eyes. "All this wealth, people are watching you with envy. You must find a pastor who can intercede for you to ensure no evil plans succeed against your life." Lady C laughed, her warm smile lighting up her face. "Do you want me to abandon my businesses to sit in church all day?" Adora's response was smooth and practiced. "I know of a perfect church for you. Power Missions, led by Miracle Madam. She's rumored to be the most powerful woman of God in the country. You can't maintain this level of success without spiritual backing." The seed was planted. Lady C, despite her business acumen, was vulnerable to the fear of losing everything she'd worked for. Within days, she found herself sitting in a special golden chair at the front of Power Missions, listening to Miracle Madame's prophecies. Miracle Madam was an imposing 48-year-old woman with dark brown skin and dramatic wigs that changed with her theatrical moods. Her flashy religious attire was adorned with excessive gold jewelry, all funded by her previous victims. Her piercing eyes seemed to see through people as she delivered her manipulative messages. "God is about to elevate you even more," she would tell Lady C, her voice dripping with false sincerity. "But first, you must sow seeds to break foundational curses, protect your business from evil eyes, and secure your destiny from spiritual attacks." The financial bleeding had begun. As months passed, Lady C found herself completely under Miracle Madame's spell. She had already paid over 45 million naira for various spiritual services, each prophecy coming with an increasingly expensive price tag. Her sister Adora encouraged every payment, whispering fears about losing wealth and status into Lady C's ears. During this time, Lady C's brother Ez came to visit with his family. Ez was a gentle 38-year-old man with rich brown skin and kind eyes, standing 5'9" with the honest build of a working man. His wife Bailey was a petite 32-year-old woman with smooth chocolate brown skin and natural afro hair styled in neat protective braids. Despite their modest circumstances, she carried herself with natural grace that no amount of money could buy. Bailey had always admired Lady C, and her 2 children, aged 8 and 10, adored their successful aunt. The children's laughter filled the mansion as they played, their bright, innocent eyes full of joy. For a brief moment, the house felt like a real home again. But Adora's jealousy extended to Bailey as well. She couldn't stand seeing the genuine love and respect Bailey showed Lady C one evening. She poisoned her sister's mind. "Bailey is a pretender. She's only here for what she can get from you. Mark my words, she'll ask for something soon." Days later, Bailey approached Lady C with a file, her gentle hands trembling slightly. "Auntie, I studied human resources and have been job hunting with no luck. If there's anything you can do, I'll be forever grateful." Lady C's warm demeanor instantly turned cold. Adora's warnings echoing in her mind, she took the CV with a nod, but had already decided not to help. That evening, she carried the file to Miracle Madam, who laid her heavily ringed hands on it. "This woman carries a destiny of competition," Miracle Madam declared, her theatrical gestures dramatic. "The Lord says if you help her, you'll regret it. She will replace you and become richer while you suffer. Block every door to her breakthrough." The next day, Lady C gave strict instructions to her assistant never to hire Bailey. She went further, using her connections to ensure Bailey couldn't get any job in the city. When Bailey or as asked about progress, Lady C would smile and promise she was working on it. While actively working against them, months turned to years. Bailey remained unemployed, cleaning neighbors' houses to support her family, her modest clothing always clean despite their struggles. Yet she never spoke ill of Lady C, always making excuses for the delay, believing in her heart that Lady C was still good. Lady C's devotion to power missions intensified. Her special chair became like a throne, complete with a golden plaque reading reserved for Her Excellency Lady C. But one Sunday, she arrived to find her chair covered in strange powder. As she tried to wipe it off, she collapsed unconscious. At the hospital, doctors delivered devastating news: stage 4 blood cancer with only weeks to live. Lady C watched helplessly as her health declined rapidly. Her once glowing dark skin turned pale. Her sleek hair began falling out in clumps, and her commanding presence withered away. News of her illness spread quickly. Business partners withdrew, fearing association with a dying woman. Company stocks crashed as investors pulled out. The powerful Lady C was replaced by her board members, her empire crumbling like sand. Adora conveniently disappeared to business, meetings in Abuja, and Miracle Madam stopped taking her calls after demanding one final payment of 50 million naira for deliverance prayers that never worked. Then, unexpectedly, the hospital door opened. Bailey entered carrying a flask and a bag of fruits, her natural beauty unchanged despite years of hardship. Lady C couldn't believe her eyes. "What are you doing here?" she whispered. "I heard you weren't feeling well, Auntie. I thought you might need some company," Bailey replied, her genuine smile lighting up the sterile room. The memory of that cruel day in the office hit Lady C like a physical blow. She had humiliated this woman who had only ever shown her love and respect. Bailey came every morning with warm meals, cleaned Lady C's room, helped her bathe, and sat holding her hand when she was too weak to speak. She never mentioned the past, never asked for anything, simply loved unconditionally. Meanwhile, when Adora finally returned, she immediately focused on getting Lady C to sign over her properties and assets, bringing lawyers and pressuring her weakened sister. Then came the shocking revelation. A young doctor burst in. "Lady Chinu, there's been a terrible mix-up. Your blood samples were switched with another patient. You don't have cancer. You have a treatable infection that mimics leukemia symptoms." Lady C decided to keep this secret, wanting to see people's true colors, while Bailey continued her loving care. Adora intensified her efforts to claim the inheritance, believing death was imminent. The truth about everyone's heart was finally revealed. 2 weeks later, Lady C was discharged, but told no one. She returned to her mansion, pretending to be weak and dying while secretly observing everyone's behavior. Bailey continued her daily visits, caring for Lady C with the same devotion, her kind brown eyes never showing anything but genuine concern. Adora pushed harder for the legal documents, her calculating eyes gleaming with greed as she brought lawyers and made threats about the company's future. Her flashy jewelry clinked as she gestured dramatically, demanding Lady C do the right thing for the family. Finally, Lady C had seen enough. As Adora laid out papers demanding signatures, Lady C slowly stood up, strength surging through her. 5'7" frame, her sharp eyes, now clear and determined, fixed on her sister. "You truly believed I was going to die, didn't you?" Lady C said, her commanding presence returning. Adora's eyes widened in confusion. "What are you talking about? I'm not dying, Adora. I never had cancer. The hospital made a mistake, and I decided to keep quiet to see what you would do. Now, I know." Adora staggered back, speechless, her elaborate hairstyle suddenly looking ridiculous. "While you were trying to claim my properties," Lady C continued, "the woman you tried to poison me against was feeding me, cleaning my wounds, and staying with me through every painful night." Bailey entered quietly, her petite frame pausing in shock. Lady C walked over and took her gentle hands. "Bailey, I owe you more than I can repay." She turned to the waiting lawyer. "Prepare documents transferring management of one of my companies to Bailey. She'll be the director permanently," Adora screamed in protest. But Lady C's voice was steel. I finally opened my eyes to see who truly cares and who came like vultures. Lady C immediately exposed power missions and Miracle Madam, filing complaints that forced the fake pastor to flee the country. Her empire of deceit crumbled completely. At a small family dinner with Ez, Bailey, and their children, Lady C wiped away tears. I was blind, but God used my sickness to open my eyes. Not everyone who shouts your name loves you, but some, like Bailey, love in silence. When Adora tried to reconcile, Lady C responded simply, I forgive you, but I don't want you in my space. I'll support you, but from a distance. The lesson was clear. True character reveals itself in times of weakness. And the people who love you when you have nothing are life's real treasures.